Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So do you all remember where you are? Who wants to? Who was present yesterday? Madhav was present. Okay, anybody online? Shrey, you were there? Shrey, you're there here. Where are you?
Yes,
Shrey?
Prabhu. Kamyavan, Prabhu.
Okay. Madhav, any different answer? We went there. We went to one, specifically that Pandav Kund, Dharma Kund. That's in Kamyavan, yeah. But I was thinking specifically if you saw. Okay, so those of you who were present, those of you who were not present, either way, you are welcome to this day, today's journey. Yesterday, we were discussing one very important question: who does this body belong to? That was one of the questions asked by the Yaksha to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And we saw the answer from Bhagavatam. And the same question is asked by Narad Muni in context with Damodar pastimes to the sons of Nalakuber and Manigrip. And I will not go into that, but today we are going from Kamyavan and we are going, so Kamyavan was here, just for your knowledge sake. And from this Kamyavan, we are going to a place which is called Sanket. Very interestingly, this location of Sanket, if you see, is between Nandagaon and Varsana. It's right in the middle. Right, so if you are going from Nandagaon to Varsana, Sanket forest comes. It's a Adivan, it's a sub-forest, which comes here. The interesting pastime about Sanket is that this is the place where Radha and Krishna used to meet. Right, so they both will come from Nandagaon and Varsana, and this is the place where they will meet. Sanket literally means to indicate. So the gopis, and then there is a Devi called Sanketa Devi. So this is the meeting place of Radha and Krishna, and there is a beautiful deity called Sanketa Vihari that is located in this place in the forest of Sanket. There are many wonderful things which are mentioned. One is that in the Sanket Kunja, the Sakhis were giving hints to one another, and they very carefully brought Radha and Krishna together at this place. At a most auspicious moment, Radha and Krishna briefly became united for the first time. Just see this, there is Krishna Kunda and many other enchanting places where innumerable unseen pastimes took place. This is from Bhakti Ratnakara, which is considered to be very authorized. So Sanket Devi, who's the Devi of this place, her another name is Veera Devi, is one of the chief assistant of Brinda Devi. And their most important responsibility is to arrange the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, where they should meet. They plan the whole day. That's their whole activity. So, what are we going to do today, now that we are in Sanket? Madhav, leave it. So, this place, very interestingly, if you see one thing that we need to, if we have to take from this place, Sanket, and we're going to remember this, then you should see how much of a risk Radharani is taking. Coming all the way from Varsana to meet Krishna against so many social norms, right? There could be, questions about her character, about her chastity. So many questions people can pose, and she's taking this risk. She was willing to take such a risk to come and meet Krishna, willing to sacrifice her reputation, willing to put her reputation at stake or risk, family ties, whatever it may be. This is the crucial point if we want to take from this pastime place. So I want to say this verse, which is a very famous verse, and talk about a very specific thing from this related to today's pastime. We all know this verse is spoken by, I thought we all know. Huh? What do you recognize? Okay, do you recognize anything from this verse? Hari, who has spoken this? To whom? I thought all of us we know it. Huh? Okay. Thankfully, I don't have the verse number displayed. Online, anybody wants to try? Actually, this verse is spoken by Brahma. When he is the Brahma Vimohan Leela happens. Once he is brought back to his senses, once he understands who he is, what is the position of Krishna, he says this verse. This comes in 10th canto, 14th chapter. One of the very liked verses by Srila Prabhupada. What this verse is? Samashritaye padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yasho murare bhavam budhir vatsa padam param padam 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 yad vipadat desha. So the word used here is vipadat. Padam padam yad vipadam natesha. Vipadam means danger. There is risk. Where? Padam padam. In every step in this material world, there is risk. Padam padam yad vipadam natesha. Samashritaye pada pallava plavam. Sama ashrita. Ashrita is to take shelter. Sama, completely if we take shelter of pada pallava plavam. Who's that beautiful boat? Plavam is boat. Pada pallava plavam. So if we take shelter of the lotus feet of someone, which is like a boat, and that someone is Mahat Padam Punya Yasho Murare, that is the glorious feet of Yasho Murare, of Murari, of Krishna, killer of Mura demon, then that is the best boat. Pada Pallava Plavam Mahat Padam Punya Yasho Murare Bhavam Budhir Vatsa Padam Param. This beautiful analogy that the entire material ocean, it shrinks to Vatsapadam, to the water in a calf's footprint. Now, one should think about this word Padam Padam Yad Vipadam Natesha. This is our position in this material world, that in every step there is danger. In every step we can encounter danger, right? I want to read the translation in purport. For those who have accepted the boat of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the center of the cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon, the ocean of the material world is like the water contained in a calf's footprint. Their goal is Parampadam, Vaikuntha, the place where there are no material miseries, not the place where there is danger at every step. This translation is taken from Srila Prabhupada's commentary on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, text 51. According to Srila Sridhar Swami, this verse summarizes the knowledge presented in this section of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna's lotus feet are described as Pallava, flower birds, because they are most tender and of pinkish hue. According to Srila Sanatana Goswami, the word Pallava also indicates that Lord Krishna's lotus feet are just like desire trees, which can fulfill all the desires of the Lord's pure devotees. Even exalted devotees like Sri Narada, who are themselves the great shelter for the conditioned souls in the universe, personally take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Thus, it is natural that when Lord Krishna manifested himself as the young boys and calves of Vrindavan, their parents were most attracted to them than previously. Lord Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, and being all attractive, the ultimate object of everyone's love. Now, this is happening after this pastime of Brahma has taken all this cowherd boys. Actually, before this, Krishna has killed Aghasur. And there is a link. Actually, that's why I'm saying some of these verses, we need to see how does this verse come about. So Brahma has taken these boys, cows and the cowherd boys for 1 year, and they've come back. But it's mentioned that it is natural that when Lord Krishna manifested himself as the young boys and calves of Vrindavan, their parents were more attracted to them than previously, because they took shelter of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure, and being all attractive, the ultimate object of everyone's love. So, the point that I'm trying to drive today, it's a very powerful, significant point. If you see, actually in this material world, often we don't see there is a sign which comes. We may see this at some work site which says, caution, enter at your own risk. If we see this sign and yet we are not careful, that means, we are embracing risks. We are embracing the dangers or vipadas. Unfortunately, this material world is filled with miseries and dangers, risks. Padam padam yad vipada, dukkhalayam asasvatam. But the protection that we seek, that is also temporary. The protection that we seek because of the influence of the external energy of the Lord is deha, our body, deha, apatya, children, kalatra, wives or husbands, deha, patya, kalatra, adishu, all etc. Deha, patya, kalatra, adishu, atma, sainyeshu, fallible soldiers. Atma, sainyeshu, asatsu, api, desham, pramatta, nidhanam, pashyan, api, pashyan. The crossing will of time, when everybody is getting destroyed, we still have hope in our mind, they will protect us. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mrityu sarva haraschaham, right? Sarva haraschaham. There is no exception there. Maybe this one I can protect. Maybe this is I'm attached to. This is my favorite thing. Maybe this will remain with me. Mrityu sarva haraschaham. Everything is taken away by Mrityu. In that case, if this world is full of risks, and if there is danger, and we are taking shelter of the fallible soldiers, and Krishna is going to take away everything, all devouring at the time of death, Mrityu sarva haraschaham, what should we do? What should we do is a very good question. What should we do? We should follow the mood, or we should imbibe the mood of the residents of Vrindavan. The problem is too much for us. But when we take shelter of Krishna, when we go and take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, that problem becomes insignificant. The same mentality was exhibited by the cowherd boys when they saw the snake, Aghasura. Some of them thought maybe it's a huge snake demon. Should we go or should we not? Maybe it's a cave. Should we or should not? We should not. But they entered thinking that doesn't matter, Krishna is there, he's going to protect us. So a risk, when it is taken for Krishna, or when the problem comes and one takes the shelter of Krishna, like in the case of Brajavasis, we were discussing the Govardhan pastime. They came and they took shelter of Krishna. Krishna lifted Govardhan. Huge. It's a rainfall which was called upon, which usually is called upon when there is complete annihilation, destruction, inundation of the world. But not a single drop of water touched them. This Krishna lifted it, taking the shelter of Krishna. Taking this point a little further, I wanted to talk about a very beautiful conversation which happened in a morning walk conversation between Prabhupada and his disciples. Just pay attention to this, because these are all secrets, right? We are also living in this material world. We are not bereft. We are not exempt from material miseries. We are not free from this. And at the same time, we also have to learn this practice of, how this Vrindavan Vasis, they used to go and take shelter of Krishna for every problem. No matter how big the problem is for us, if we take shelter of Krishna, the Govardhanadhari, then all the problems becomes insignificant. Madhupandita Prabhu keeps saying, the mind may give us so many allurements, wanderings in the time when we want to chant. But if we really take the shelter of the holy name, it's like Govardhan, will protect us from all this unwanted worries, miseries, and anxieties. We need to have that faith in the holy name and take shelter of it. Here is a conversation. I want to share that today. Okay, just pay attention to this wonderful conversation. Can you see my screen? So this is a morning walk conversation in July 8th, 1975, Chicago. Okay. Something very interesting which is happening here. And I want you to see this. So Prabhupada is going, and there were some questions which was going on that how should we get the conviction to be engaged in devotional service to Krishna? There are so many challenges, impediments, doubts, and all these things. Prabhupada starts, there are some conversations before. I'm skipping that and I'm coming to this place where it is mentioned, Ahetuki Apratihata. This is how Prabhupada starts. Why don't you understand? Preaching cannot be checked by anything. If you want to preach in any circumstances, you can preach. Praner arther dhya vacha. So preaching can be executed by 4 things. Some people say, well, how do I preach? I really don't know. How can I preach this message? But Prabhupada is saying this devotional service can be practiced by anyone, and he is demonstrating that. Ahetuki Apratihata. And he's telling Praner arther dhya vacha. Preaching can be executed by 4 things: by your life, by your money, by your intelligence, and by your words. You have got so many assets, so you can utilize it for preaching. Dedicate your life. If you think that you're a family man, you cannot dedicate 24 hours, then earn money and give it to Krishna consciousness movement as other family men. They are earning money. Is it not? You can earn. In America, there is good facility for earning money. They want that you work and take money. So earn money as Grihastha and give it to Krishna. Praner arther. If you cannot earn money, then use your intelligence. There are so many intellectual work, publication, going to this office, that office. You intellectually, you try. And vacha, words. If you cannot do anything, go anywhere and say that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just offer your obeisances. Finished. So where is the scarcity? You can serve Krishna in any capacity, provided you want to serve. Provided you want to serve. And if you want to engage Krishna for your service, that is blunder. Then it is blunder. You cannot engage Krishna to your service. Everyone is trying to engage Krishna for his service. They are going to church. Oh Krishna, give us our daily bread. Then you serve me. You give us our daily bread and serve me. And our proposition is Yashoda Mai. Take the example of Mother Yashoda. Krishna, you are playing all day. Come on, take food. First of all, this is service. They are going to Krishna for asking daily bread, and here Yashoda Mai is commanding, come here. If you don't eat, you will get lean and thin. Come on. This is Vaishnava philosophy. The devotees suddenly say, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada is saying, Hare Krishna, break. How Krishna will keep good health? And we are concerned, Krishna will go to hell. Please supply me food so that I might keep my health good. That is the difference between materialistic and spiritualist. The foolish man does not understand that Krishna is supplying food to the elephant, to the ant. And why shall I go to the church for asking for my food? It is already there. And our policy is Krishna, Hare Krishna, please engage me in your service. Hare Krishna means, oh Krishna, oh the energy of Krishna, please engage me in your service. We create problem, otherwise no problem. Krishna has arranged everything. And Prabhupada quotes this verse, Isavasyam idam sarvam. Just see, so many fruits for the birds. And everybody is saying Jai. So sumptuously supplied. They are thrown. Purnamidam. Everything is sufficient. But this rascal blind, they do not know. They are trying to adjust. What adjustment? It is already sufficient. You are misusing that. Sufficient land, sufficient intelligence, everything is sufficient. They are misusing. In Africa, in Australia, sufficient land. And they are raising cattle to kill them. This is their intelligence. And growing coffee and tea. Tamal Krishna, and tobacco. For money, for profit, Tamal Krishna, and tobacco. Prabhupada, tobacco by which they know tobacco is bad and they are utilizing time for growing tobacco and smoking tobacco. This is their intelligence. So blind men, give them intelligence, these rascals. We call therefore only rascals. People are dying for want of food grain and they are growing tobacco. With smoking, they will go to hell. This is their intelligence. What do you think, Satswarup? I agree. Prabhupada, this is the idea, Sudama. And then even indicate, Prabhupada, on the advertisement that smoking is hazardous for the health. Prabhupada, yes, for money which will push them to hell. This is their intelligence. We have to give them intelligence, open their eyes. Angry, first of all, because murkhayo upadesho hi prakopaya na santaye. If you give good intelligence to the fools and rascals, they will be angry. But still you have to do it. Just like when Nityananda Prabhu went to Jagai Madhai to deliver them, they became angry and injured. So that is preacher. These rascals will be angry, will sometimes do harm to you, and still you have to do it. That is preaching. Are you understanding what is preaching? Yes. You have to prepare like that. At all risk, you have to preach. What is full of rascals, and you have to educate them. So according to one's capacity, let them preach. Praner arther dhiya vacha. But everyone can preach to some extent. There is no hindrance. So here Prabhupada is telling that take the risk of preaching. Anyway, the world is full of risks. But what happens when somebody takes the risk of preaching? That Prabhupada will explain. How to preach? He already has told. Now he's telling why you should preach. Because otherwise, this foolish people, they're thinking they can have some, they use their intelligence to have money or tobacco. And they use, and by taking that, they're going to hell. They're not able to protect themselves. Then Jagat Jivan is asking, is everything done in our movement for preaching? Everything that is done in our movement is done for preaching? Prabhupada, yes, to awaken their Krishna consciousness. They are in dog consciousness. We have to raise them to God consciousness. Don't you see how much they are taking care of the dog? Because they do not know, blind, whether they will be God conscious or dog conscious. So the dog conscious people should be raised to the platform of God conscious. That is preaching. Mudha nabhijanati. These rascals, they do not know the life is meant for understanding God. They ask anyone. Nobody knows. They are so fools. They want to remain dog. The dog is also running. They are also running. And because they can run by car, they are thinking they are civilized. But the business is running. That's all. Tamal Krishna. And the purpose for the running is the same? Prabhupada, yes. Tamal Krishna, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Prabhupada, that's all. Condemn running by car, but utilize it for Krishna. That we want. If the purpose is same, like dog, then what is the use of running by car? By car to preach Krishna consciousness. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nameva Kevala. Now, after that philosophy, that Jagan Mithya, Brahma Satya, we say Jagat is also Satya. Because Brahma Satya, the Jagat is also Satya. It is Mithya because it is temporarily utilized. Let it be utilized properly. It is also truth. It is truth actually. You cannot say this is a false tree. This is ignorance. Why it is false? But it is being misused. That is false. You cannot misuse anything which is given by God. You should properly utilize it. Then it is truth. And as soon as you misuse it, it is untruth. Tamal Krishna. So material consciousness is false? Prabhupada, yes. Now here is the turning point which is going to come. Just hold on. Yes, everything can be utilized for Krishna. That is our preaching. That is truth. There is a nice car. Why shall I condemn it? Utilize it for Krishna. That is truth. And the Mayavada philosophers, they will say it is untruth. Give it up. No. When you have produced something by your good intelligence, it is truth. But when you use it for other purpose than Krishna, then it is false. DT, nicely decorated. If I say it is all false, is that very good sense? They have created such a nice thing. No, the purpose for which you have created or utilized, that is false. So we want to change the consciousness. We don't condemn the thing. With a knife, you are cutting vegetables and utilizing, but you use it for cutting your throat, that is bad. That is bad. So they are using the knife for cutting their own throat. This is bad. They are doing. The Shastra says, Nidraham Adyam Plavam Nirdeham Adyam Plavam Sukalpam. This body, we are just crossing the ocean of nations. So this body is a good boat. Maya ete ratam guru karnadhara. And the wind is favorable, Krishna's instruction, and the captain is guru. He is guiding you. With all these facilities, if you cannot cross the nations, then you are cutting your throat. Boat is there, the captain is there, the favorable wind is there, but we are not utilizing it. That means I'm killing myself. Okay, I'll just come to the point which I wanted to bring. Is it because our impurity that we cannot convince them to stop cutting their throat? Tamal Krishna, his question is whether it is due to our impurity that we cannot convince people to stop cutting their throats? Prabhupada, no. It is due to their impurity, they do not take. What you are saying, that is pure. But the difficulty is if you instruct a rascal, he becomes angry. The example is given that if you give milk and banana to the serpent, he increases his poison. Payah panam bhujangam kevalam vishavardhanam. Therefore, we have to select sometimes that our preaching is in the proper place. Because a snake-like person, they will not hear. But if you are a good charmer, you can charm the snake also. That depends on your quality. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did. He made these snakes, the tigers, the elephants, all dancing Hare Krishna. That is possible by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one disciple, Tripurari, is telling Prabhupada, just like you have charmed all of us, Prabhupada. Prabhupada, well, I am not going to imitate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he laughs. I have come to New York, not to the jungle. New York is worse than a jungle, somebody says, Sudama. Tamal Krishna, it is called an asphalt jungle, Prabhupada. After all, they are human beings. Therefore, we have collected some nice souls. If you can go to the jungle, that is no hindrance. But let us take the opportunity of the civilized nations, preach them. Yad yad acharati shreshthas. They are leading the whole civilization. If they are convinced, it will be a great benefit to the human race. Also, my Guru Maharaj said that you go to the Western country. If he had said that you go to the jungle, I would have gone. Preacher, either the jungle or the city, it is the same. Narayana para nakutaschana vibhyati. One who is devotee of the Lord, he does not make any discrimination. That this is jungle, this is city, swargapa varga narakeshu api tulyartha darshana. For them, everywhere Krishna's property. So where Krishna asks him to go and serve, he will go. That's all. Jagat Jivan. All classes of men should preach Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada, yes. First of all, he must know what to preach. If he does not know what to preach, what he will preach? You have got a preaching capacity, provided you learn the art of preaching. But everyone can preach. That's a fact. What is to become those devotees that leave ISKCON and take the breaking regulative principles and stop chanting 16 rounds? Prabhupada, explain. There are even Brahmanas in our temple who have left the temple and they are acting just like the Karmis. Prabhupada. So they were wrongly initiated. We want recommendation from the authority, whether one should be initiated. But they gave wrong information. That is the defect of the informer. Tamal Krishna. Harinam initiation can be a little more liberal. Prabhupada, yes. But Brahmana initiation should be strict. Very strict. Very strict means he must be observed that he is actually chanting 16 rounds, following the regulative principles. That's all. Those are the important, Tamal Krishna is saying, those are the important, Prabhupada, those are the important criterions that he is actually seriously doing this. Then he can be initiated. Otherwise, useless. He will fall down. Tamal Krishna stated that one who does not, an unsuccessful person in yoga practice, takes his next birth, Suchinam Shrimatam Gehe. That is another thing. But you are fallen. To take birth in high family or in opulent, that is the fallen condition. That is not successful. But they are taking. This is success. I have got so much money. I have got so much prestige. This is success. Tamal Krishna. That is fallen condition. Prabhupada. Yes, that is fallen condition. They think that this is the success of life. They think. They are foolish. They can think like that. Generally, that is. Not that devotees are not opulent. No, that is not. But this materialistic opulence means fallen condition. Tamal Krishna. The demigods are in a very opulent position also. Prabhupada, yes, but they are devotees. Tamal Krishna. But they are devotees, not fallen. Prabhupada, they can fall. Everyone can fall. Tripurari. Of devotion, it says that a sannyasi should not be anxious for disciples, but should only take those who are qualified. But sometimes when there is no one qualified, he takes a risk. Now comes the important point which I have to bring you so far. Prabhupada answers, yes, one who does not like to take the risk, they do not take the risk of preaching. One who does not like to take the risk, they do not take the risk of preaching. But one who takes the risk, he is recognized by Krishna immediately. Oh, he is taking risk. But he must know where to take risk and where to act foolishly. Just like Nityananda Prabhu took the risk of being injured, but he was certain that I can deliver him. He took the risk of being injured, but he was certain that I will deliver him. That is Tamal Krishna. You took a great risk also, Prabhupada, by coming to us. Prabhupada laughs. Yes, I have already written that. I was thinking that, what shall I do there? I have come here. As soon as I shall impose these 4 principles, they will say, go home. But I took that risk. I never said that anything palatable against their activities. You don't do this, Tamal Krishna. You didn't compromise at all, Srila Prabhupada. No. What is the use of compromise if there is no good result? Tamal Krishna. Someone who compromises, he actually wants followers. And this is very nicely Prabhupada saying, that is not good. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decried, na dhanam, na janam. I don't want these followers. What is the use of follower if he does not follow? If you compromise things, you may have followers. But what is the use of followers if he does not follow? Everything is sufficient, complete. So you see, the summary of this whole thing which I wanted to tell you is, Radharani is taking risk for Krishna. And Krishna becomes pleased with that. Krishna notices that. This world is full of risks. Whether you like it or not, there are risks in every step. Padam padam yad vipadat natesha. We don't have a choice. We are there in this material world, having accepted this material bodies. Dukhalayam and asasvatam. But here is a chance, here is a choice. Instead of taking shelter of this false fallible soldiers, take the shelter of lotus feet of Krishna by taking up this spirit of preaching, by taking up the spirit of the risk of sharing this knowledge. And Prabhupada is saying, anybody can do this. Praner, arther, dhya, vacha. Where is the scarcity? Ahetukya pratyata. Everybody can be engaged. And by doing that, when we do this, when we take that little risk in life for Krishna, Krishna notices, oh, he's taking a risk. That's what Prabhupada is writing here. He's saying, they do not take the risk of preaching, but one who takes the risk, he's recognized by Krishna immediately. Oh, he's taking risk. But of course, we should not be foolish like Nityananda Prabhu, who knew that Jagai Madhai will be delivered, despite the fact that he's going to be injured. He took the risk. Similarly, when we take the risks and go little out of our comfort zone for the sake of Krishna, for the sake of our spiritual master in following his instructions, we attract the attention and mercy of Krishna. That's the summary of this place. So, today's day, when we are here in this wonderful place called Sanket, which is the meeting place of Krishna and Radharani, let us imbibe the same mood and the spirit of not just Radharani, all the Brajavasis. Whenever there is a risk, they run to Krishna and they don't mind taking risk for Krishna. So if these 2 things we can learn and we can implement in our life will be great success. I'll stop here. Now we will have Damodar Ashtam. Shri Shri Sanket Dham ki Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. Mataji, you didn't join. I had few questions at the beginning, but okay, that's fine. Basically, yesterday where we were, I was trying to ask and see if you had any answers. So tomorrow is going to be the colorful Varsana. So don't miss Varsana. It's a very beautiful place. Now we are there in the middle of Varsana and Nandagaon. So tomorrow we will be going to Varsana, and day after tomorrow we will go to Nandagaon. So I look forward to seeing you all, and I hope you don't fall asleep in this journey and remain awake. And when you sleep tonight, think about this very interesting aspect of Radharani taking risk for Krishna. Now we will have Damodar Ashtam.